Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Welcome to the Going to Killing City podcast, a historical look at murder in Kansas City. Here are your hosts, Jamie Green and Alex Greenwood.
All right, everybody, a special December episode. We are live in person here at Buffalo State Pizza. Hundreds of people are here just to see us, Alex. They're not here to eat the pizza.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a phenomenon.
I just want to lift some pizza bones if somebody will leave me some. This is fantastic. The smell alone is killing me. It's so good.
So a huge shout out to Philippe, the owner, the person that has allowed us to squat, for lack of a better, for the next hour. Here at Buffalo State Pizza, 1815 Wyandotte.
Right.
Do him a solid. Come on out.
You should.
He's got some of the best pizza in town. Great staff, and it's so good to see you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, my brother. We haven't done one of these in person in a while.
We haven't, and it's really good to see you too. And if we couldn't be in the green room or the green shebeen, I'd want to be right here at Buffalo State Pizza.
Right. So, for people who are first joining us, have never been a part of this podcast. We are people who are talking about historic murders in Kansas City.
Right.
They have to be weird, strange, wacky.
Right.
One of the caveats, we do not discuss kid murders because those are always horrible. We won't do it. But it just can't be the run-of-the-mill drive-by shooting. And one of the cool things that we do is that we pair the episode with a killer cocktail. So last month, I told Alex, the only hint I gave him was a killer headache for this month's thing. So Alex, please tell everyone what you came up with.
So the hint was a killer headache, and I immediately, and I'm kind of a tiki dude anyway, and if anybody in person can see my tiki shirt and all that, but I immediately thought of the Painkiller. Now, this originates from the sunny shores of the British Virgin Islands in the 1970s, my friend. The Painkiller is a signature concoction of the famous Soggy Dollar Bar.
Have you been there?
Oh, yes, I've been there. You heard it right. It's called the Soggy Dollar because the patrons often had to swim up to the bar, money in hand. And yes, again, I have been there. And the Painkiller, real quick, it's a delightful blend of sweet, spicy, and everything nice. So let's break it down, okay? Let's break down this drink. First, we've got the backbone of the drink, which is dark rum. You can put other rum in it, but you need the dark rum. Release the Kraken, right? It brings a robust, deep flavor that reminds you of swaying palm trees and ocean breezes, and your mortgage is so far out to sea at that point. So then they add a tropical twist with creamy coconut cream, which gives it a velvety texture. And then there's a tropical drink, cannot be without pineapple and orange juice. So we add that for that fresh citrus flavor, that richness in the rum and the coconut. They all mix together, and they're starting to have a really good time in the British Virgin Islands. And here's the kicker. They put a generous sprinkle, and this was the other reason I did this, a sprinkle of nutmeg on top, because I thought that was very Christmassy.
It's a little Christmassy.
Right?
Yes.
Kind of Christmassy. So it's like the final note in the symphony. It's that touch that brings all the flavors together in a harmonious blend. I have to tell you one little bit of trivia about this drink, if I could.
Absolutely.
Do you have a second? All right. In 1989, so this gets into the law here. Pusser's Rum filed a U.S. trademark on the Painkiller's name and recipe. And when a tiki bar named the Painkiller opened in the Lower East Side of New York City in May of 2011, Pusser's went after him with a cease and desist. Long story short, they came to an agreement, and you know what? We don't have to get anybody's permission to have a Painkiller here tonight at Buffalo State Pizza or any bar that you frequent in your neck of the woods. So there you go. Will that help with the bad headache?
I hope so, because this story is it's wacky, it's crazy, it's nuts. Once again, a shout out to my friend Severn. I did not know about this story. He lives in Cleveland, Ohio, of all places, and he said, You got to check this story out. So, but we got a giveaway, and I have a feeling a certain person might win this. Well, the first giveaway before we start, we've got a $20 gift certificate.
Right, we
to
do.
Buffalo State Pizza. Again, they donated that stuff, so Alex is going to put his hand in the bag, and we'll see who the winner is, Alex. Who could it be?
All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear our voice, we are giving away prizes here throughout the show. All you have to do is put your name on a ticket right by. Ian, raise your hand, would you? Just point right there. Right next to him. Just put your name on it. Give it to me. Put it in this here bag. We have a couple of Buffalo State gift cards. We have some books. And we have some other little fun prizes that we're going to give away tonight. So don't be bashful. Come on up and do that. We're not dangerous. We just talk about murder. Okay. Looks like, by the way, and by virtue of being the first fan to show up, yep, it's Ian. Ian, you win. Come on up.
Congratulations to Ian.
Congratulations.
$20. He's already coming out ahead tonight.
Boom. Enjoy. And thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
That's why you should listen to the podcast, people.
Yeah, I got to pick up this bag. Sorry, I dropped it.
This is the beauty of live taping. There's no auto-tune for things like this.
Tell you what.
All right. So congratulations, Ian.
Up.
That's only the first of several giveaways.
First of several giveaways.
If you don't want free stuff, that's on you, people. It's on you. Okay,
there you go. There you go.
All right. Are we ready?
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
I think we're getting ready. Are you ready to begin this?
I'm ready. Well, we were going to mention we mentioned it was Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, you gave me a lovely gift for Christmas because you suspected I was going to be in pain throughout the holiday season.
How are you doing? Are you all right?
I'm not well. My beloved Chiefs are having some issues, but you know what? I think they're going to bring it home for the holidays. That's what all I got to say. Am I right, Kelly? Thank you very much. Thank you, Kelly. We're going to bring it home because we are the Kansas City Chiefs. Your team, I don't know if I'm going to name them because, frankly, I don't want to, but they're doing quite well. Congrats on that.
I'm feeling really good about my team.
You've had to suffer for a while.
Dude, I wasn't even engaged to be married the last time they sniffed a Super Bowl. It's been 26 or 27 years, so it's been a long time.
Do you want to take back what you said about Dak a while back, though? You were kind of on the fence.
He'll still crush me. It'll happen in the playoffs. You just wait for it. And then when it happens, you'll be like, he called that.
It's 100% true. Hey, folks, don't forget, we have prizes. Don't be bashful. We don't bite. Come on up. All right. Yeah, but so for Christmas, though, all I want for Christmas is for the Chiefs to get back on their game. That's all I want.
I could see that. For people who don't know, I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan because my mother's from Texas, my favorite uncle. But I've lived here for a very long time. I'm always happy when the Chiefs win. Especially since my wife is a huge Chiefs fan.
Yeah, that's right.
Happy wife, happy life. And people are a lot happier. Tonight being a case in point, you'd be a lot happier right now had they played better yesterday.
I was going to wear my Chiefs ketchup and mustard tiki shirt, but I just couldn't do it. I'll be back.
Shake it off.
Hey, one of my best friends, and I'm going to tell you this right now from work, a work buddy, he lives in Philly. He's so mad about last night's game. He said he is through cheering for him this season.
Good. That seems like what an Eagles fan would say.
Oh, my God. Oh, snap.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, whatever you
Enjoy
celebrate.
Enjoy your Painkiller, by the way.
Yeah. Enjoy your drink. All right, so this is it. We are going back in time to the late 1970s.
Oh, my.
Okay, here we go. Raymond M. West was a Kansas City man that was enjoying his retirement after years working as a delivery driver here in town. He was 72 years old in 1978. And lived close to Brush Creek in a one-story home at 4812 Campbell. Ray West liked to keep busy and was known to be friendly. One of the friends he made was a young girl who had Down syndrome. Tony Lewis liked to stand at the window of her father's home at 5723 Truce and wave at passerbys. One of the people that she waved at was Raymond West, who befriended the girl and her family. Her father, James W. Lewis, and his wife, Leanne, were tax accountants with their own firm, and soon they were Raymond's tax accountant, too. The relationship between the Lewis family and Raymond West would continue even after young Tony's life ended tragically during surgery for a congenital heart defect. She sadly died on the operating table. But the relationship, Alex, would soon take a tragic turn, including a horrible murder, and then a national health scare that still haunts people to this day. But before we get to all that, we need to take a step back. Okay. Raymond West was described by his neighbors as a quiet, gentle, robust man who was highly active. In an article in the Kansas City Times on August 17, 1978, neighbors told the Times reporter that the West homes was one of the homes in their neighborhood that was flooded by the 1977 Plaza Flood. Now, for those of us who weren't in Kansas City at the time or not born yet, I assume you weren't born yet, Alex?
No, I was not born yet.
You're like, what, 28? The 1977 Plaza Flood was a cataclysmic event. Over 16 inches of rain fell in a single night.
Crazy.
On September 12th, 1977.
Wow.
A total of 25 people lost their lives on that thing. I don't think a lot of Kansas Cityans know that.
Dude, I haven't lived here my whole life, so I had no idea this even happened.
Yeah, 25 people died. 77 of the 155 Plaza businesses were damaged that night. And it caused over $100 million worth of damage in 1977 dollars. It was huge. There's YouTube clips you can get on YouTube and look at. Obviously, you can read the Kansas City Star articles. It's unbelievable how much damage that was done in the storm.
Crazy.
Among the damage that night was more than 6 feet of water in the home of Raymond West. Yes, 6 feet. According to the neighbors in that same Kansas City Times article, West's car was swept away by the flood.
Wow.
And the only reason he too was not swept away is because he grabbed a neighbor's rope and then shimmied up, which is pretty remarkable for a guy in his 70s, up 25 feet on that rope to his neighbor's second-story window to safety.
Wow.
He survived that perilous event, but in less than a year, he would not survive another one. All right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's drink? Everybody good?
So, mine's good. Everybody good? You good? You're good?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Okay. West was last seen by his neighbors on July 23rd, 1978. He was reported missing by his friend, Charles Banker, on July 25th. The next day, Banker went to check on West, and upon arriving at the front door of West Homes, he found a handwritten note, not in West's handwriting, stating that West had gone to the Lake of the Ozark to visit friends. That note was on Lewis & Lewis tax accountant's letterhead, as in James Lewis and his wife's. All right, Banker shared that note with the Kansas City Police Department.
Okay.
They did search West's home several days later, but did not discover anything. Yes, Alex.
No.
You're thinking.
I'm just trying to hold it all together.
Okay.
Here. This is a lot, but I'm hanging in there. I am.
Okay. So, after that, on Monday, August 14th, Banker and a friend decided they were going to search West's home on their own, and when they did, they made a gruesome discovery. I'm going to not really get into the gruesomeness of this because people are eating.
People
so
are trying to eat.
But it'll be in the show notes. You can read all the gory details if you want.
Show notes. Just check that.
Yeah, check out the show notes. It's my standard line. Okay. In the attic of that house, at Raymond West house, a body was discovered.
Okay.
Among the evidence also found at that home was a bloody rope, most likely used to hoist the body into the attic and then tie the body up. Kansas City police also found a fingerprint in that attic that was not West. In addition, in his bedroom, there were bloodstains on the floor. So apparently he'd been murdered, and whoever had murdered him had hoisted him up into the attic.
Wow.
Eventually, they had to do a lot. As you can imagine, 3 weeks up in an attic in Kansas City in the summer. His body was not in good shape. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
They had to actually do a hair sample to identify that it was indeed the homeowner, Raymond West.
Yikes.
So then a murder investigation obviously starts immediately.
I would think so.
As part of their homicide investigation, KCPD made a shocking discovery on the same day that West was reported missing by his friend. A man tried to cash a $5,000 check on Raymond West's account. That check was rejected by bank officials who felt that it was fraudulent. Who was that check made out to, you asked? You asked that?
I was getting ready. So who was it made out to?
It was made out to West's tax accountant, James W. Lewis.
Oh.
Yeah, When police questioned Lewis about the check, Lewis claimed that West had lent him the money, which put up a lot of red flags. Apparently, his friends, lovingly, but said he was kind of a tightwad. He did not just lend money. And $5,000 is a fair amount of money now, but you figure back in the mid-'70s, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Obviously, the police did not believe him. Lewis surrendered to the police on August 18th. Now, this is an important part, and we're going to have to get back to that shortly. On August 29th of that year, a Jackson County grand jury returned an indictment of capital murder. Okay, so I think it's important we talk about the evidence.
Yes.
And how does a mild-mannered tax accountant turn into a brutal quick killer? All right, we're going to talk about both of that in greater detail. Police discovered in a search of James Lewis's car the following items. 20 feet of a knotted white rope, which matched the rope utilized to lift the body up into the attic, utilizing a pulley, and also was used to bound the body.
Right.
In addition, Lewis's car also had a black attaché case with papers bearing West's name and a bundle of Raymond West checks in it. Couple this with the fake note on the door and James Lewis's handwriting. They actually had a handwriting expert that said that, yes, that's actually James Lewis's handwriting. That is not Raymond West that wrote this note.
Okay, yep. Okay.
The forged check, all of it, the evidence was pretty damning. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit more about James Lewis and how he got there. He had some very dark moments in his life. He was born in Memphis, Tennessee in 1946. He was the child of Theodore and Opal Wilson. In 1948, Theodore left Opal. Then months later, Opal deserted young James and his two older sisters in a transient hotel close to Joplin, Missouri.
Oh.
All right. Joplin officials granted custody of James Lewis to Floyd and Charlotte Lewis. According to family members, James Lewis had severe emotional problems, and his adoptive mother tried to give him back to the adoption agency.
Oh, yikes.
I mean, that's pretty bad. When James was just 12 years old, Lewis's adopted father died, and for the next several years, he lived alone with his mother, who was so terrified of him, she literally slept with a gun under her pillow at night. Not good.
No.
Eventually, Charlotte Lewis remarried. When James Lewis was 19, he apparently chased his mother with an axe and was charged with assaulting his stepfather. He had assaulted him so much, he broke several of this man's ribs.
Oh, my yikes. That's really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he obviously has a violent streak.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right. Soon after, Lewis overdosed on 36 Anacin tablets and was committed to the Missouri State Mental Hospital with a diagnosis of catatonic schizophrenia.
I'm not laughing at that. He overdosed on Anacin.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, right. He wasn't really trying to kill himself.
I was going to say, he would have been better off just swallowing the bottle.
Right.
Because choking...
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I'm just saying.
But I guess what I'm trying to get at is that he has a history of both mental illness issues and also he's very violent when he gets sick. So this makes a little bit more sense about why he would have murdered Raymond West.
Right, I gotcha.
Okay. The very next year, October 17, 1979, and after we get through the segment, we'll do a second giveaway. Kansas City was shocked to read that the capital murder charge had been dismissed. Lewis had been scheduled to go to trial that very week, but Lewis's attorneys, Albert Reederer, who used to be the Jackson County prosecutor years later, and Russell Millen, in a pre-trial hearing, argued that the state's evidence was illegally gathered. Judge Gene R. Martin agreed with that argument and had the entire case dismissed. So, Alex, why was that ruling made?
I'm at a loss here.
I know this is going to shock you because apparently Kansas City Police Department failed to read his Miranda rights.
Oh my, seriously?
And had no proper warrants.
That's crazy.
All the evidence, including Lewis's interrogation, the forged checks, the search of Lewis's car, all of it was inadmissible in court.
Wow.
All right. Do you want to do a giveaway?
Hey, we got one more person, so...
You want to wait a little bit? We'll do it that way.
Well, no, we've got a few names there in the bag.
All right, all right, we're going to do this. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do the giveaway now, this next giveaway.
We're going to do that? Okay.
And you know what? We've got like a really great group of folks here. Now, Ian, you're out for now, buddy. We got to let somebody else have a try here. But okay, we're going to do another one here. And we might let you pick what you want.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right. Ian, you've already won, man. What's with you? How many did you put in here? I'm teasing you. You did not put 2 in here. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Sonia, get on down. All right. Sonia wins. All right.
That's awesome.
You have a choice. You can have a Buffalo State Pizza gift card. You can have tickets to the Nights of Light Festival. Or you can have one of my novels. She's like, oh, God, I have to pick his novel now. No, you don't.
Sonia, do you need a doorstop?
There you go. Congratulations. All right.
I should have done the applause button. I forgot to.
You didn't bring that one.
I didn't bring that one in.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
Okay, for those of you that are just joining us, where we left the story.
Yes.
James Lewis's case was completely thrown out because the Kansas City Police Department did not read him his Miranda rights and did not get the proper warrants, which has sadly become a theme on this podcast over the months.
Yeah, we've run into these things.
So how did this happen?
Yeah.
All right. Apparently it was robbery detectives, not homicide detectives, that had brought Lewis in for questioning. Lewis was brought up to KCPD headquarters, which is just, about 10 blocks from here, up to the 11th floor. This is important. He was put briefly into a holding cell and then made to turn over his shoelaces, that being, of course, they were concerned he might kill himself.
Unless they're licorice shoelaces.
Right. They could just eat them.
Well, people might fight over them,
A little later, he was brought down to the second floor. And then he was introduced to the homicide detectives. The robbery detectives failed to mention that Lewis had briefly been detained on the 11th floor. Why is this important? Because the law says that once you are detained, you must be read your Miranda rights immediately. All the incriminating information revealed before the reading of the Miranda rights is inadmissible. And as we talked about, this evidence was damning. The forged check, the note on the front door with it was actually his handwriting on it. And also his work letterhead on it. That's a crack job right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
The rope in the car, all of it. They can't use any of it. So James Lewis is a free man.
Jeez Louise.
All right. One of the homicide detectives on this case, David Barton, he was pretty unhappy about all of this. Not surprisingly. He was certain that Lewis was guilty, but he was about to get a second crack at James Lewis. There were reports of mail fraud in Kansas City, and the one thing all the victims of those crimes had in common, what was the one thing, Alex, that all those people would have in common?
Let me check.
They were all clients of Lewis and Lewis's tax accounting firm. What are the odds?
Yeah, what are the odds of these things?
So the Lewis family, the husband and wife, have been stealing personal information from their clients and ordering credit cards in these individuals' names. Lewis was tailed by Detective Barton, where he was seen driving out into a country road, stopping at a mailbox, taking all the stuff out of the mail, all the mail out of the mailbox, and then he took the entire mailbox out. It was not even a real mailbox, and put it in the trunk of his car and drove off. So apparently what he was doing was, this is 1970 still, he's writing fake addresses, there's no internet, there's no Waze, there's none of that.
So
he would make it fake. The mail guy was like, oh, this looks close enough. Throw it in their credit cards and go. And then he would leave. And in addition to that, also doing transferring the deeds to clients' homes. So these people that thought their own home, they own it. Now he actually transferred to himself through a shell company. So Detective Barton, the homicide detective, had learned from his mistakes and so of his colleagues' mistakes, actually, in the murder case of Raymond West. So he went to get a warrant for the arrest of James Lewis and his wife. But both James and his wife, Leanne, had disappeared and would not be seen for years.
Oh, okay. All right. This is something else. This is very serpentine, what's going on here.
It's going to get a lot wackier in about 3 seconds.
I'm all about wacky. Let's go.
All right, so in 1982, Detective David Barton sat down at his home to watch the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. Courage.
I almost said that.
The big story was the Tylenol poisoning case in Chicago.
Right.
Someone had laced Tylenol with cyanide, causing multiple deaths. As part of that story, Rather shared a security photograph from a Walgreens where one of the victims, a woman named Paula Prince, had bought a poisoned bottle of Tylenol. Behind her was a strange man in a lab coat with a beard. The Chicago police had identified that individual as a guy named Robert Richardson, but Barton knew him better. He said, quote, "That's him, that bastard, that's him." He shouted that at his daughter. James Lewis had grown a beard, but Barton instantly recognized him. He called a contact in the Chicago FBI office and was on a plane to Chicago almost immediately.
Okay, that's nuts.
Yeah. So, all right. For you young people, not me and Alex, for young people, the Tylenol poisoning, it shocked the nation. And before that, there were no safety mechanisms on your Tylenol bottles.
You know what's funny is because I'm a PR guy, and that's one of the classic examples we use in my business to talk about how to handle a crisis, the way Johnson & Johnson handled it. So when you said that, it perked me right up about that. That's amazing, though.
Yeah, it's terrible, too, because a total of 7 people died from this poisoning, including 3 people from a single family. It's horrible.
Yikes.
All right. As you said, Tylenol is manufactured back then and still by Johnson & Johnson.
That's right.
They did not have a tampering system. Nobody did back then.
Nobody did, yeah.
But they had to recall their entire line of Tylenol, which was a huge cost.
You know what? They didn't actually. I mean, I don't want to go off on a tangent here. They didn't have to do any of that, but they did it.
But they
that's
did.
Part of the reason their response is so gold standard.
All right. Has it been crazy enough, or you want to get crazier? Let's get a little crazier.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
All right. So on that same year, October 6, 1982, so just a few, 10 days after the poisoning had hit, I think September 30th was when it happened.
Right.
They got a ransom note, Johnson & Johnson headquarters, and I'm going to read it verbatim.
Yeah, let's hear it.
It was handwritten too. Gentlemen, as you can see, it's easy to place cyanide, both potassium and sodium, into capsules sitting on store shelves. And since the cyanide is inside the gelatin, it is easy to get buyers to swallow their bitter pill. Another beauty is that the cyanide operates quickly. It takes so very little, and there will be no time to take countermeasures. If you don't mind the publicity of these capsules, then do nothing. So far, I've spent less than $50, and it takes me less than 10 minutes per bottle. If you want to stop the killing, then wire $1 million to bank account number 84-49597 at Continental Illinois Bank in Chicago, Illinois. He's a sociopath.
This is freaking me out.
Yeah, it gets worse. Okay. By that point, the FBI had a Tylenol task force. They leapt into action. Now, first, this envelope that the ransom letter was mailed in, it was traced to the heir of the Miller Brewing fortune. Apparently, we should have had Miller beers.
Oh, my goodness.
No, we shouldn't have. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I was going to say, really?
Guy's name was Frederick Miller McCahey.
Only so much I'm going to do for the
Wonder
show.
if Father McCahey was... Anyway, he was recently closed his travel agency and had a disgruntled former employee who was really pissed off that her last paycheck had bounced. Her name was supposedly Nancy Richardson, but she, of course, was really Leanne Lewis.
Of course.
A nationwide warrant was then issued for the arrest of James and Leanne Lewis.
It's freaking me out, man.
All right, so Leanne had stole more than just envelopes from her former employer. She also stole a bunch of blank airline tickets, and for you younger folks, including my son that's here tonight, back in 1982, you needed no ID to fly. You just got on a plane, man.
Right. Yeah, just hop on.
Yep. So there was a lot of concern from the FBI that they were going to just leave the country. Like, they were going to just bolt because they had all these vouchers.
Right.
All right. So, as the manhunt continued, the Chicago Tribune then received a letter from the fugitives on October 27th. He likes to write letters, Alex.
Oh, well.
October 27, 1982, so same month. In it, he claims that they were not the Tylenol killers. In fact, they'd never kill anybody. It was signed Robert Richardson. All right, clearly Lewis enjoyed toying with the FBI and police officials, so he wrote another letter.
Right.
Why not? Get the hat trick. This time to our own Kansas City Star. He entitled it A Moral Dilemma, and it was 7 pages long. In it, he encouraged KCPD to reopen the Raymond West case, and this time he signed it with his real name, James Lewis. All right? Are you still with me?
I'm with you. This is deep, man.
Yeah, okay.
Like the pizza here.
Yeah, the pizza's good. Once again, thanks to Philippe.
Thank you, Philippe.
It turns out the Lewises were actually in New York City, but it wasn't until December of 1982, 2 months later, Lewis was spotted by a librarian reading newspapers. The FBI had speculated, it was part of their, where they do like, who is this person, what would they do, that kind of thing.
Right.
That he would be monitoring all these cases closely. So they had alerted all the libraries around the country to be on the lookout, like somebody who's spending a lot of time looking at newspapers around the country. It's pre-internet.
Right.
So she's smart. She calls the New York Police Department. They swoop in, and he's arrested. His wife then negotiated to turn herself in and did so with the Chicago police, so she was not even there.
Oh.
All right. I know. Stay with me, people. We're getting there. While waiting for the Tylenol murder case to start, Lewis was tried right here in Kansas City, man, for mail fraud, and he was convicted. So they got him for that.
They read his rights that time.
Yep, they did. And then he was convicted for the Tylenol extortion case and sentenced to an additional 10 years. Now, this is a part... This case is so crazy. We could make this a 5-parter, but we're not going to. The Chicago Tribune did a great 6-part series on this. It's last year when it was the 40th anniversary, or whatever it would have been, 45-year anniversary of it. Please read it if you're interested. They go into all this. This guy's such a nutball.
Yeah.
But he's one of those people. He thinks he's a genius. He thinks he's smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
He's so much smarter than the cops and the FBI and everybody.
He's a Wile E. Coyote, super genius type.
All right. So, while he's in prison, because he's so smart, he offered to help the FBI solve the actual poisoning case.
Yeah.
He loved the attention and even drew a diagram on how cyanide could possibly be placed in capsules without detection. But prosecutors never felt there was quite enough to try him. Okay, so here's the why did he do it?
Yeah.
Why would he put, after going from just killing poor Raymond West, why would he take on Tylenol and kill people that he didn't even know?
You got me.
All right, so here's the working theory. His daughter, that Tony, that poor girl that died on the operating table while trying to fix a congenital heart defect, surgeons in that operating room utilized faulty sutures that were manufactured by, you guessed it,
Johnson
and Johnson. In this theory, the Lewis family blamed Johnson & Johnson for the death of their daughter, and this was payback.
Jeez.
Okay. After 13 years in prison, James Lewis was released. He moved to Massachusetts to rejoin his wife, Leanne. She was never charged for anything except for using a fake Social Security card. I don't know why. She seemed to be in on a lot of this.
Yeah.
So you'd think he'd smarten up, but he kind of did an OJ, gets out and stuff. So in 2003, he is arrested for the attempted rape of a woman who lived in his same building as the Lewises. He could not make bail, so he spent 3 years in jail awaiting trial. But he escapes yet again because the woman is so terrified of him, she refuses to testify against him.
Jeez.
So he gets released yet again.
Wow.
Speaking of OJ, remember when OJ wrote the book, If I Did It?
If I Did It, right, yeah.
Which he detailed if he had killed his ex-wife, and
He should have underlined that, by the way.
right.
Yeah.
How did he do it? This is a terrible idea. You work in PR, Alex. This is a terrible idea.
It really is.
And he was
Terrible
roasted for it. Well, James Lewis apparently didn't get the message that people who are believed to be murdering people should not be publishing books about it. In 2010, he self-published a book, Poison, The Doctor's Dilemma. The book is all about his neighbors being randomly poisoned. Seriously, I did not make this up. It's on Amazon, but please do not buy it.
Yeah, don't buy this guy's book.
Of course, in his bio, he talks about his great life and how smart he is and all this stuff. He didn't talk about, hey, I killed some people and I was in jail for a bunch of years. He conveniently left that out.
Yeah.
All right, so James West lived the last years of his life a free man. He died just this summer, July of 2023, at the age of 76. So why wasn't he retried then for the murder of Raymond West? Only some of that information, they could only use some of that in the trial. Some other stuff later they could use.
I mean, there's no statute of limitations on Miranda exclusions, right? We're looking at, there's an attorney in the audience. She's saying,
there you go. That's why I married her. Okay. So the most damning piece of evidence was that pulley that was in Raymond West's attic that was utilized to lift West's lifeless body into that attic.
Yeah.
James Lewis's fingerprint was discovered on that pulley, which placed him up in that attic. He had to be up in the attic stuff. I mean, that's really damning. So the new prosecutor was thinking that, this might be the time to actually try him. So,
try him.
Alex, you're a smart man. We've been through a lot of these. What happened to the evidence?
It was put in a shoebox that got really soggy in the flood, right? No.
Yeah, we should make this a drinking game. The Kansas City Police Department lost all the evidence yet again.
Yeah. I was trying to let him off the hook with
including the pulley with James Lewis's fingerprint on it. To this day, no one has been tried for the murders of Raymond West or the 7 individuals who were murdered by tainted Tylenol. James Lewis died a free man, and his wife Leanne is still alive and free to this day. So the next time you try to open up a bottle of Tylenol with its tamper-proof bottle, you now know the Kansas City connection to that awful crime. And that's today's episode.
My brother, I just want to give it up for you. That was great. And now, by the way, I think I get the hint. A killer headache.
It was really subtle.
Dude. Okay, wait. How did you even figure this one out? I mean,
So my friend just said, hey, that Tylenol killer guy was actually originally from Kansas City. And that's all he said. And so I was like, okay. And then so I started so I didn't know. I was like, well, it's kind of a stretch because those murders happened in Chicago. But no, when you start digging into it, he killed a person here.
Right. That's the Chicago way.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's a horrible story. It's too bad. The guy, Raymond West, was all alone, and he's buried in Carrollton, Missouri, which is not too far from here.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I don't want to be ghoulish, but Lord knows how his final moments were. Just horrific, I'm sure, and
yes.
Nobody's paid for it.
So I know you and I we get pretty squeamish pretty easily, and we don't talk about this stuff. If that's your cup of tea, you can read the actual how he got the body up there. I don't want to ruin any of this, so I'm not going to.
Is there going to be a link in the show notes for people?
We'll let you get as gory as you want. So if that's your thing, but it's the holidays, Alex. I thought I'd give people a break.
Yeah.
All right, while we're wrapping up, let's do another giveaway.
Yeah. All right. We've got, sorry, we're out of Buffalo State thing, but we have tickets to Nights of Lights, and I went to it the other night. It was a good time.
So talk a little bit while you're pulling it out.
Nights of Lights is, okay, anybody go to the Kansas City Ren Fest? Okay, that same look. Yeah? Ian, okay, you've been. So they are a sponsor of my podcast, the other podcast I do, Mysterious Goings On, and they gave us some tickets, but it's all the Ren Fest area is now lit up for Christmas, and there's little entertainment there, and all the artisans are out selling things. It's nice. It's really nice. It's a nice thing to take your honey to. I took my wife and my daughter and my daughter's friend went with.
Yeah, I saw. He was a cute young man. Alex, how you feeling?
I think you know how I'm feeling about that. All right. Oh, and the winner is Amanda. You have won the tickets. Amanda, are you here? There's
Come on. Let me see. This may be. No, wrong button.
Thank you. Enjoy. All right, so we've got some books here, and I'm just going to, anybody who wants one can have one. I write mystery novels. Think about it this way, even if you don't read them, you may have somebody you want to give a gift to for Christmas and you forgot. Or maybe it's that emergency gift, that when somebody shows up and gives you something, and you're like, that's why we keep really cheap bottles of Chardonnay in my house. This is what we do. But if anybody wants one, come on up, and I'll even sign it for you if you want. Ian's moving over here. Our first winner of the evening. I've already signed it, buddy. Here you go. This is a Kirkus review. Loves that one. It just came out in audiobook this week. I'm proud of that one. Thank you. All right, so I wanted to also mention to the listeners, we haven't brought it up yet. We have a brand new website, and if you're here at Buffalo State Pizza, you can just use your little QR code on your phone and go right to it. And there's subscribe. Just put your email in to subscribe. But we're real proud of it, and every show will have its own page, a show note for every show. We have a calendar. This event is on the calendar.
Yep.
There's bios of us. Now these folks here in person got to look at us, but
They'll probably never listen again.
Probably never listen again,
No,
but there's people out there in Radioland who haven't seen us, and my photo's pretty well retouched, so I feel good about it.
We should do AI photos and just make ourselves look like versions of Brad Pitt. Why not?
Or in a character, you be that, and I'll we can do from Seven or something. Of course, I look a lot more like Kevin Spacey, unfortunately, but
it's not good, brother.
It's not good. But we also have a Facebook page. But if you just go to killingcitypod.com, ladies and gentlemen, go to killingcitypod.com, and there's links to our Facebook and our Instagram. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're still a monthly show, and we're feeling pretty good about that for now.
Yeah.
But we had a good year.
We had a really good year. It's been fun. We've had hundreds and hundreds of downloads per episode. It's crazy. It's really taken off quickly. So.
What do we had, like 8 or is this our 9th episode?
This is number 9.
Yeah, number 9. But we should. You want to do a quick recap? Just real lightning fast. My favorite. I want to tell you my favorite for the year.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to tell you right now the favorite episode that I want you all to check out. It's another one by my amigo here. It is on the Swope family and what happened there. Ian's nodding. Anybody know the true story behind what happened to Colonel Swope and all his family? It's called, is it called Colonel Swope and
Mr. Swope, or Colonel Swope and Dr. Hyde.
And Dr. Hyde, yeah. And that is the only one as freaky as this one, I think, as far as twists and turns. But that's my favorite. But
I love your La Pistolera. I love that one. I love that she's still on the lam.
She's still out on the lam. She's probably 82, but I would not turn my back on her.
She killed a lot of people, man.
She did. And she had a toddler who helped her, so that was freaky. But so we've had 9 episodes, but we're going to continue to do one monthly all next year. And are we going to be back in January? Or?
We'll be back on January 15th. You got to do some research and writing over the Christmas holiday here, because I'm off for a month. So.
Okay, but I got to be straight up with you. I don't have your hint. He's going to be pissed off, but I don't have a hint for you.
Okay, I guess we're having scotch then, because that's my favorite. So.
Well, I figure the hint to have to take a few weeks off, but yeah, it's my bad. I was supposed to give him a hint, but typically that's what we do. At the end of the show we give a hint. And, well, actually, you know what? It could be that one thing I was thinking of. But you know what?
You do whatever.
I tell you what, no. I didn't do it right. I apologize.
I almost thought about buying Tylenol and bringing it down for the giveaways, but I thought that was a little too dark. I couldn't do it. Well, I just thought that was a little too much.
Well, it'd go great with the Painkiller, by the way. And, if you're going to go, you have a couple of those painkillers, you won't mind.
There you go.
It takes care of that whole cyanide aftertaste,
This guy's a nut job. I'm glad he's no longer with us, but he got to be out and about for way too long.
Way too long.
And he did way too many bad things, and he should have been in jail back in the late 70s for murder, and these poor people in Chicago should have never had this happen to them. So
I just appreciate you bringing this to the attention of our listeners because, I didn't know about the flood. I had no clue about the connection. I mean, I knew a lot about the Tylenol case, but I had no clue about the KC connection to it. So, wow.
Still unsolved, officially.
Dude.
All right. So we're going to wrap up once again. Thanks to Philippe, everybody here at Buffalo State Pizza. If you've not been here, they have fabulous pizza. People are great. I want everybody to have a great holiday season.
Yes.
Take care of each other. Don't kill anybody. Okay? It's not that hard.
I think that's about it.
No, it's pretty easy not to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
and we will be back on January 15th.
Yes.
Until then, everybody take care. It's been a lot of fun, brother.
It's
Looking forward
great.
to 2024.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the hint on our blog so people can go look it on our blog.
You're going to make me look at the webpage.
KillingCityPod.com. Look, I just saved it. You can't be mad at me now. We're going to do it. All right, brother.
All right,
hey, this is a good time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.